I don't actually think what's happened is a right-wing revolution, if you like. The short answer to your question is luck, really, because I think the answer to your question was really actually in how the US markets reacted to Trump's election, which of course the predictions were catastrophe. Markets actually rose. There is an element of truth in the theory that markets are smart and people are stupid, in the sense that the markets very quickly realised that their choice now was not between Trump and Clinton, it was between Trump and Sanders. And that's a no-brainer for the markets. So the markets have effectively recognised that this change has not only occurred on the right, it has occurred on the left as well, and that's exactly the point about Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn personally is not a particularly electable candidate, but imagine if Jeremy Corbyn was young, charismatic, good-looking, the Conservative Party would be in a real, bind, because the Conservative Party itself is totally internally divided. What you've essentially got is a situation where the tail has been wagging the dog for the last 30 years, and the dog's turned around and bit the tail. So you look at movements like Podemos in Spain. This is a hard left movement. You look at the Labour Party now. It's a left wing movement. What's happening is a rejection of Giddens and other LSE alumni's Third Way theory. The Third Way politics is over. That's why there's no point watching mainstream media anymore, because it's entirely populated by people that think that Third Way politics is the only way you can see the world. What I found absolutely extraordinary about Hillary Clinton's campaign, and I think is a perfect exemplar of the sort of, whatever you want to call them, metropolitan liberal elite. Brexit won, and some of the key messages the in-campaign used were better together. Putin wants Brexit. And the Clinton campaign looked at that and thought, yeah, let's basically copy that losing campaign. Because it's not that the campaign was wrong, the people were wrong. The people don't get it, The people don't get it that Brexit's bad and Trump's bad. The people get it just fine. They've had enough of third way politicians. And I remember Nigel Farage once said to me, it's not a quote that I think he came up with, it's probably been said many times before, and people talk about him being a publicity whore and all the rest of it, but he said to me, look, you need to decide, there are people in politics that want to be someone and there are people in politics that want to do something. Nigel Farage is the most significant politician since Margaret Thatcher in the United Kingdom. He's never even been a member of Parliament, because he decided that he wanted to do something rather than follow the party line and become junior Minister for Health for 2 years before retiring to the House of Lords. So the short answer to your question is basically the third way's over. The right hasn't won, it's just the third way's over. So it's now sort of more globalism versus nationalism, conservatism, small c, versus socialism. We've just, forget about the last 60 years. It was a fantasy.